Hey everyone, welcome back to FlukyFacts. In our journey so far, we have explored how the Nobel Prize was born, the inspiring stories behind legendary winners, and how the Peace Prize evolved to match modern values. Today we will talk about what happens after the award, how this single medal can both inspire the world and sometimes divide it. Yes, we are diving into the global impact and controversies of the Nobel Peace Prize. Let's quickly catch up. In part 1, we saw how Alfred Nobel's will saved this global honor. In part 2, we explored legendary laureates like Martin Luther King Jr., Mandela, and Malala. In part 3, we traced how the Peace Prize evolved from anti-war efforts to modern causes like democracy and climate action. And now, in part 4, we will see how Nobel decisions shape real world change and why they often spark a debate. The Nobel Peace Prize is more than a medal, it's a statement. When someone receives it, the whole world pays attention. It can transform policies, attract global funding, and inspire generations to take actions for peace and justice. But with fame comes scrutiny. And that's where politics, media, and controversy often enter the picture. Every Peace Prize winner instantly becomes part of a global story. The award shines a spotlight on urgent issues like child education and disarmament. It also increase accountability, pushing leaders to act responsibly. It creates moral pressure on governments and corporations worldwide, and often these symbolic wins lead to real world outcomes, reforms, funding, and grassroots activism. So, yes, the Nobel Prize can start conversations that actually change history. Malala's stories is one of the best examples how the Nobel Peace Prize can amplify impact. After surviving a gun attack, her fight for her girls' educations became a global movement. The Nobel recognition boosted funding for education programs worldwide and gave Malala a platform as a UN messenger of peace. Her personal struggle turned into a universal call for equality and learning. When Barack Obama received the Peace Prize in 2009, it was for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy, but it also became one of the most debated awards in history. Critics argued the timing was too early, that he had not achieved enough yet. The photo show it's a symbol of hope and global cooperation. This case showed how 1 hour could mean different things to different people. Inspiration for some, skepticism for others. The 2025 Nobel Peace Prize winner, Maria Corina Machado, continued that tradition of hope and debate. Her peaceful resistance for democracy in Venezuela re-energized civic movement across Latin America. Her win also sent a clear message to authoritarian regimes that peace and democracy go hand in hand. At the same time, her awards sparked online debates. Is peace about politics or humanity? And that's the beauty of it. Every noble decision invites the world to rethink peace itself. The Nobel Prize isn't just about achievements, it's about ideas. It amplifies concepts like freedom, education, and human rights. It acts as a mirror of our global thought process, reflecting what the world values at the moment in history. By redefining peace to include issues like climate change and women's rights, the Nobel continues to shape the moral priorities of our time. Of course, with great influence comes great criticism. Many people admire how the prize inspire global causes and lasting institutions. But others see bias, arguing that some awards are political gestures. And yes, the committee has faced backlash for omission like Mahatma Gandhi and for laureate whose later actions contradicted their ideas. There's also growing pressure for more transparency in how winners are chosen. But remember, the Nobel's secrecy isn't about hiding, it's about protecting the independence. And speaking of controversy, let's talk about Donald Trump. He has been nominated multiple times for the diplomatic efforts in Middle East, but each time he was overlooked. Claims of bias began to spread. The truth is, the Nobel process is independent and confidential. Nominations don't mean approval. They just mean someone qualified propose your name. In Trump's case, shows how the Peace Prize often becomes a mirror for public misunderstanding and political emotion. The media plays a massive role in how the world perceives Nobel decision. Positive coverage can make a winner a global hero overnight, but social media also amplifies criticism faster than ever, sometimes without full fact. That part of the Nobel's modern reality. It lives and breathes through public conversations, and maybe that's where its real power lies. So, how does the Nobel Committee deal with all this? By staying quiet. Literal. The committee keeps its decision secrets for 50 years to maintain integrity. It focuses on long-term peace impact, not short-term popularity. And it research years, it modernized honoring climate advocates, journalists, and defenders of democracy. In a changing world, the Nobel keeps evolving without losing its moral look. The Nobel's impact doesn't end with the ceremony. In fact, that's where it begins. Most laureates go to create foundations and movements that expand their work globally. Think of Kailash Satyarthi, who used his award to grow a global child right foundation. From our night to long-term legacy, the Nobel becomes a seed for real world change. So, what have we learned so far? The Nobel Peace Prize is a reflection of humanity's moral compass. It drives awareness, influence policies, and inspire future leaders. Its controversy doesn't weaken it. They keep it alive and relevant. Because when people debate peace, they are actually keeping the dream of peace alive. Here's I just thought to leave you with. Can our like Nobel truly change human behavior? Or do they mainly shape perception? Should the Nobel Committee adapt more to modern expectations or stay true to tradition? And how should we balance symbolic recognition with measurable results? Think about it because these questions define how we understand peace in our own time. Thanks for watching Fluky Facts. We hope this deep dive helped you see how one medal can influence entire generation for better or for debate.